Have you ever stopped to consider that something as innocent as fruit might actually be harming your health? Since we were children, we've been taught that fruits are nature's candy, full of vitamins, antioxidants, and sweet goodness. But the truth is, not all fruits are equally beneficial, especially as we grow older. When we cross 60, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows down, our digestion becomes more delicate, and blood sugar regulation turns fragile. While fruits can be a blessing for young people, some of them become surprisingly harmful for seniors. High sugar levels, drug interactions, and hidden acidity can turn an innocent fruit into a silent threat. But don't worry, nature also provides fruits that are like medicine for the aging body. They help the heart, reduce inflammation, protect memory, and even strengthen bones. Having spent decades studying these changes and living through them myself, I'm here to share what I've learned. 4 fruits to avoid, and 4 that are absolutely essential for anyone over 60. Let's begin with a common fruit that seems harmless, grapefruit. With its bright pink flesh and refreshing tartness, it's often seen as a healthy choice. But if you're over 60 and taking prescription medications, grapefruit could be silently working against you. Contains a compound that blocks a key liver enzyme called CYP3A4, which helps your body break down medications. Without this enzyme working properly, those drugs can build up in your system to dangerous levels. Imagine a river dammed at both ends, pressure builds with nowhere to go. The result? Muscle breakdown from statins, dangerous heart rhythms, internal bleeding from blood thinners, and heavy sedation from anti-anxiety pills. Many seniors unknowingly combine grapefruit with their morning pills and suffer life-threatening consequences without ever knowing why. It's not about fear, it's about informed wisdom. Grapefruit isn't evil. But if you're among the 70% of Americans over 65 who take medications, this fruit simply isn't worth the risk. There are better choices. Fruits that won't gamble with your life, liver, or heart. And if something as bright and cheerful as grapefruit can hide a deadly secret, what other fruits might be doing the same? Let's explore further. A cup of sweet cherries, bright, juicy, and seemingly innocent, contains nearly 20 grams of sugar. For younger people, this is easily processed. But for seniors, especially those with diabetes or insulin resistance, this sugar can trigger dangerous spikes. These sudden increases can damage organs, sap your energy, cloud your thinking, and quietly wear your body down. And the concern doesn't end with sugar. Cherries are also acidic. If you have joint pain, arthritis, or chronic inflammation, this natural acidity can make your symptoms worse. While cherries do contain antioxidants, when eaten too often or in processed form, the effects can reverse. Instead of healing you, they may aggravate the very pain you're trying to soothe. You may not notice it right away, but recurring flare-ups, dizziness, and sleepless nights often trace back to the foods you thought were safe. Cherries can be a hidden trigger, turning comfort into chaos and sweetness into harm. Now, consider bananas. Long celebrated for their potassium and simplicity, bananas are a go-to snack for many seniors. But here's the issue. Our bodies change as we age. The kidneys that once flushed out excess potassium now slow down. This leads to a condition called hyperkalemia, where potassium builds up in the blood. For older adults with kidney problems, heart conditions, or those on medications that affect potassium levels, this can be very dangerous. Bananas can quietly push potassium to toxic levels, affecting your heart rhythm, muscles, and mental clarity. Often, the signs, like weakness or a racing heart, arrive too late. And still, many seniors see bananas as harmless. But simplicity can be deceptive. That daily banana might be doing more harm than good. Before you eat your next one, pause and ask yourself, is this truly what your aging body needs? Dried fruit. The name alone sounds healthy, doesn't it? Small, convenient, packed with nutrients, or so we're told. But hidden inside each tiny bite is a potent sugar trap that many seniors fall into without even realizing it. When fruit is dried, all the water disappears, but the sugar remains, condensed, intensified, and far more dangerous than its fresh counterpart. Just a handful of raisins may seem harmless, but it's like eating a whole bunch of grapes, without the fiber, without the hydration, and with all that sugar packed into a few shriveled bites. But it doesn't stop there. Many dried fruits on store shelves come coated with added sugars or preserved with chemicals like sulfites, substances that can trigger asthma, migraines, or cause inflammation in your gut. For seniors dealing with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, or digestive sensitivities, this is a recipe for disaster. These snacks don't just raise blood sugar, they can cause silent, creeping damage over time. You may not feel it right away, but your body does. What makes it worse is the illusion. You think you're making a smart, health-conscious choice, but in reality, you're eating something that strains your heart, disrupts your sleep with indigestion, and leaves you drained when the sugar high crashes. That dried fruit may look innocent, but it can become an invisible thief, stealing your comfort, stability, and energy with every handful. It's time to rethink what we reach for. Not just what tastes sweet, but what's been processed to look good while doing harm. The truth is, while dried fruit may deceive us, nature still offers whole, fresh fruits that can heal, protect, and truly nourish, especially in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. So let's shift our focus to hope, to the fruits that protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and help you stay balanced and strong every single week. Let's begin with a little blue miracle that just might save your memory: the blueberry. Balance. It's a word we all crave, especially as we grow older. And surprisingly, one of the greatest tools for achieving balance is something you might already have in your kitchen: the humble apple. This simple, everyday fruit is anything but ordinary. Apples are packed with soluble fiber, especially pectin, which has a remarkable ability to bind to cholesterol in your digestive system and escort it out of the body before it can do harm. For seniors, this means that a daily apple can actively lower bad LDL cholesterol, reducing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. No prescriptions required. And apples don't stop there. They're naturally low in both calories and sugar, making them a perfect, guilt-free snack for those watching their weight or managing blood sugar. For older adults navigating heart disease or joint concerns, this kind of nutritional support is priceless. But perhaps more quietly, apples tend to another critical system: your digestion. Their fiber helps keep things moving, easing the constipation that so often plagues us in later years. That's not just relief, it's freedom. Then come the antioxidant. In the skin of the apple, you'll find quercetin and powerful flavonoids that fight inflammation, protect cells, and even reduce the risk of diseases like cancer and dementia. That's serious protection in a very familiar form. And maybe that's part of the apple's true magic. It's not exotic or intimidating. It's familiar. It reminds us of school lunches, orchards in autumn, the smell of cinnamon in a homemade pie, the joy of biting into something crisp and clean on a chilly day. It's more than food, it's comfort, it's connection. So yes, an apple a day really can help keep the doctor away. Not just by what it adds to your body, but by what it helps you avoid. It's a fruit of quiet power, of steady support. And if the apple is your heart's guardian, then the next fruit on our list is your brain's ally, your skin's protector, and your bone's best friend. Let's take a closer look at one of the most misunderstood yet essential foods for healthy aging: the avocado. As we journey through the later stages of life, one undeniable truth becomes clearer with each passing year: we can no longer afford to take our health for granted. The foods we once ate without a second thought, the ones we grew up with, celebrated with, or simply enjoyed out of habit, now carry new significance. Every bite we take either contributes to our healing or adds to the burden our bodies must endure. But here's the good news: it's never too late to make better choices. And those choices need not be drastic. They can be simple, like reaching for a blueberry instead of a handful of dried fruit, choosing an apple over a sugary snack, swapping processed spreads for fresh avocado, or adding papaya to your breakfast instead of relying on medication. These small, daily decisions have the power to transform our health, leading to a stronger heart, a clearer mind, steadier joints, better digestion, and most importantly, a sense of control over our own well-being. And that, my friends, is a gift worth protecting.